Oops. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good evening. Just wanted to jump on live and say hey to everybody and let you know that I've been gone, but I've been working on my transformation guide called Break Every Train. So that's been taking up a lot of my time, but I'm still around. I'm going to be hopping back on live much more often now that I'm starting to get more time, now that my book is at the formatters and I'm able to make more time to spend with you guys and catch up and talk to you about some things. So I'm going for a walk tonight. And I've been going for walks at night lately because it's been so hot here in the daytime where I live. And it's just been like triple digits. And then like it gets like up in the 80s and 90s, like 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning. So I've been doing a little walk in the morning and then I'll do my full night walk at night. So, and that's been working out for me. So, yeah. I did want to jump on though, because as most of you should probably know by now, my book has to do a lot with mindset framework. And a lot of what I do has to do with, you know, correcting our metabolism and staying in a state of healthy metabolism and not backtracking and falling out and losing all the results. So, one of the things that I really wanted to focus on is mental self care tips. And I have a few notes here so I don't forget what I wanted to say. But I wanted to go over some things that will help you check in with yourself, check in with your body. Remember, this is total body wellness. And so we want to make sure that we are being mindful of our choices and of our body. So, with no further ado, I'm just going to get into it. Okay. So, the first one is set boundaries with time. So, establish clear work, family, and personal time boundaries to prevent burnout. Don't feel guilty about saying no to activities that drain you. So, making clear boundaries about your time is what you want to do. And once you set those boundaries, you won't have to revisit them and change them all of the time. What works for you works for you. And anytime that you change those boundaries should be because you want to, not because somebody is making you to. So that's very important. And the reason being is if you're constantly changing your boundaries and what you set in place that works for you, for other people and not for yourself, you'll never get a break from tending to everybody else's needs except for your own. So I'll give you a prime example. I make time for myself every morning before I start doing any of my work that I do to get up. I write in my journal and I pray and then I work out. Now, these are non negotiables. This is what I'm going to do regardless. If somebody calls me and says, "Hey, Edna, I want to meet with you at 6 in the morning so we can discuss um, how we can, a plan for me. I need a meal plan and I need help with XYZ." We could definitely do what they need me to do, but it has to be on the times that I scheduled because I need to make sure I'm good first. I need to make sure I'm taking care of me first, right? How can we be any good if we're not good for ourselves first? We can't be good to anyone else. if we're not taking care of home first. So that's why I say it's so very important to check in with yourself, set those boundaries to prevent burnout, because burnout is very real. Trust me, I know. My last job had me in shambles some days and some nights until I was able to leave that job and pursue what I'm doing now, and that's helping people with their health. So, boundaries is very important. Okay. All right. So, the other one is, or the next one, I should say, is practice mindfulness. So, that can look like spending 5 to 10 minutes each day in mindfulness or meditation to clear your mind, reduce stress, and center your thoughts. Clear your mind, reduce stress, and center your thoughts. Real simple. What I like to do is I have an app on my phone. I have a couple of apps, and they're not, this isn't endorsed or anything like that. I like to use them because they just every day give you like a little reminder of how important it is to check in with yourself. Some of these apps have some really calming, meditating music that you can listen to. You can, even when you first get up in the morning, I used to stay in bed, just sit up, close my eyes again, and just listen to the meditation. It wouldn't take no more than 2 to 3 minutes, up to 5 or even longer, depending on what you set it to. And a lot of these apps are free. And so you don't have to pay a whole lot of money to do these kind of apps, and they're free. You can find them on your phone. Or what I do mainly, mostly with my time, is I meditate during my walk. When I walk, that is my me time. That is my time to check in with myself, to just feel the breeze on my skin, to talk to God, to just think about, what I need to get done for the day. Um, think about what I want to do later on. And it's just me. I don't have to worry about outside voices or outside thoughts from other people coming in and bombarding me with it. That's my time to meditate and focus. And it's so important, you guys, because it's so freeing to feel like you're clear minded and you can just be one with yourself. And so just checking in with yourself, whatever that looks like. So it could be an app. Like I said, it could be a walk. It could be getting up in the morning and go down to, your front yard or to the grass and just having bare feet and just sitting in the grass for a minute, or stepping in the grass, being grounded. I'm sure you heard that before. If you haven't, you should try it. It's the most simple thing ever. When we were little, we used to run around with our feet bare, right? And so that's all it is. It's nothing huge to it, but it does wonders for your body and for yourself and your peace of mind. So you should try it. Okay. Engage in positive self talk. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations that promote self love, confidence, and acceptance. Positive mental habits lead to better emotional health. Okay. Positive mental habits lead to better emotional health. So, you know, all the positive things that you can do that feel good in your soul, you should do those things because they all tie in to your goals. All of them, whether it's physical, spiritual, mental, they all tie into your goals. So, positive talk is good. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that I don't have days where I say things that are negative or not the kindness to myself. If I'm frustrated with myself, or if I'm frustrated with what's going on, or something didn't go the way I wanted to, I'm human. That's going to happen. But you got to reel yourself back in and remind yourself that I am human. This is something I went through. I wish it hadn't happened, but life goes on. You can't keep beating yourself up over something you can't control. Excuse me. Let me get some water, y'all. I forget I'm live and I just keep going and going. And it's good to drink some water too. Okay, let's throw that in there. So engage in positive self-talk. Okay, that could look like anything positive, anything that kind of lightens your load. How about this? One of the things that I make sure that I do is I say, I'm going to be happy today. I choose to be happy today. And usually 9 times out of 10, I have a good day. And, a lot of times people think that, oh, happiness happens to us. We can make happiness happen for us. We have more power than we give ourselves. So try that. I choose to be happy today and go for it and be active in it, and you will be happy. Declutter your mental space. So make time for activities that clear your mind. Journaling, like I said earlier, reading, or even taking a walk can help reset mental clarity. You could pick one of those or all of them. If you have the time, do as much as you can and whatever makes you feel good. Some people don't really feel like reading or have the time. I know for me, I love reading. I wish I had more time to read, but I get so distracted. That's something I'm working on. Like I have books right now, I promise you. If it's not educational books, let's show you what I have right here. Now, these kind of books, this is different. I am a bookworm when it comes to something I'm really passionate about. Obesity Code, Lights Out, and Dr. Living Good, he has a good book too. So these are health books. These are books that I refer to when I'm, you know, just looking things up, researching. And I won't say it's my job when it is kind of my job, but it's what I love. So it's easier for me to read things like this. I know somebody's probably out there like, girl, that is not fun to do, right? But it's fun. I like it. I enjoy it because I know it is making me smarter. It's making me more aware of ways that I could help all of you guys and help myself, help my family. But I wish that I had more time and like energy to read just books at leisure. Like I bought The Color Purple, the book, and I just want to read it because I never read the book. The movie is one of my favorite movies, and I've seen that a million times. But I haven't read the book, and they always say the book comes out before the movie, and the book is always 10 times better. So I want to read it, but I just can't bring myself to do that. But that's a goal I want to set for myself this summer. Go to the beach, take an umbrella, take my book, and read that book. So, again, if that's something that you're into, go for it by all means. Books will never go out of style. Book and reading will never lose the coolness. You just expand your mind and your thoughts, and books and the stories in them could take you places, you know, when you're bored or when you just need a change of scenery and you can't even go nowhere. A good book will take you there. So I highly recommend it, even though I'm not really doing it right now for the books I want to read. So, and again, journaling. Don't forget journaling. Journaling is awesome. And so with me, I started my journal. Now, mind you, I've done journaling for many years, off and on, but I can't find mine. But because, okay, here it is. Sometimes I can't find the words to say, and me being a former college student or a graduate, I should say, for many years, I always feel like I have to write an essay or I have to, be so like somebody else is going to read what I wrote. So I have to make sure my grammar is perfect and my wording is perfect and that they understand from the first sentence what we're going to talk about and go all the way down. But when it comes to your own personal journal, like a gratitude journal, the only one it has to make sense to is you. It's your journal, it's your work of art that you can go back and reflect on for you. So you don't have to feel like It has to be perfect. Sometimes in my gratitude journal, I won't write, I am thankful for, or I have gratitude because I used to do that every single day, and it just got stagnant and repetitive. And I said to myself, Edna, stop. I know what I'm grateful for. I know that I'm grateful. I don't have to write it each and every time. Some days I just make sure I put in there, I'll put like the date. It's been a minute. I haven't done it. So I'm going to put the date right here. And some days I'll just say, thankful for going live, had courage to do it today. When I go back and read that someday or any day, I'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, because you wrote it. So, keep that in mind. It's not hard to keep a journal. It's actually refreshing because after you write it and you release it into the atmosphere, it makes you feel like you really are accomplishing things. Things that we think about are accomplishments too. We really think about things that go on. Life goes so fast, and a lot of times, if you blink, you'll miss it. But when you keep a journal and write down your feelings, you can really reflect on each and every moment. Each and every moment is precious. So you should journal, okay? Take short mental breaks. So throughout the day, take small breaks to close your eyes, breathe deeply, or practice stretching to relieve tension and clear your mind. So that just sounds exactly that you do exactly how it sounds. I know for me, and guys, you could just plug your ears really quick. When I am having my cycle, doing this helps me so very much because as a how you say it? I always mess up saying this. As a perimenopausal woman, I can get overwhelmed with still having cycles and dealing with hormones and feeling emotional at times and feeling upset at times. I mean, it can be a roller coaster. And sometimes you just have to take that break, whatever that looks like. Sometimes I have to just kind of walk away from people or walk away from a situation, walk away from a project that I'm working on if it feels like it's getting too overwhelming. It's important to shut down. This one's coming up, but I'm just going to say it now because it goes with what I'm talking about. Shutting down your computer, walking away from your phone for a while. Have you ever felt like the lights from or the lighting from your phone or your computer is just starting to just wear at your eyes? Before it even gets to that point, sometimes you just need to walk away and make yourself do something else. Go for a walk. That's what I'm about to do. Go for a walk. Just shut down and try to, if you're doing work, try to work away from the computer or from your phone for a while. Use a notepad, jot down some notes. Now, I know it's easier said than done if you work from home. And if you're anything like me, you're just on the go, go, go. You always got some ideas or something you want to do. You want to jump up and do it right then. I get that. Write those things down. Take 10 to 15 minutes, even if that's all you can do at that moment. Close your eyes, rest your eyes, come back and hit it. You'll be even more refreshed when you do that. I'm telling you, it's so much better than trying to fight through the strain of that. There's a word for it and I can't think of it. um the lights from electronics. Somebody's going to say it eventually, I'm sure, and I'll say, oh yeah, that's it. But you know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Practice gratitude. Just kind of talked about that with the journaling. Start or end each day by reflecting on what you're thankful for. Gratitude improves overall happiness and shifts your focus away from stress. Very, very true. And we talked about ways to do that, showing gratitude. And I actually didn't mention showing gratitude towards others. If there's somebody in your life that you are grateful for and you don't really say it, you should say it. Let them know, because that lifts their load too and brings them light into their day too, in turn, bringing you light into your day. Um, it's just 360. There's a 360 for you both, or whomever it is that you're talking to or dealing with. Show gratitude towards others, and the hope is that they'll show gratitude towards you as well. And even if they don't, you'll feel better that you did. Acknowledge people when they do things for you or make you feel a certain type of way. Okay. Limit social media consumption. Set time limits on social media apps and curate your feed to prioritize uplifting content that supports your mental well being. This is great because a lot of times you could find a lot of great things on social media, as far as uplifting content. And I indulge in that every now and then when I'm able to. Um, it's kind of hard not to because I'm on my computer and my phone quite often. So I run into a lot of inspirational things a lot. And if something resonates with you, you should, really take heed to it. Maybe follow that person and, see what else they post. I hope I'm that for some people. I hope that what I put out into the atmosphere and for my audience, they learn from it, grow from it, feel good about it. My sponsor, the one who got me into the letter writing, she had an awesome idea, and I think I'll share it with you guys. So, what she does is she made a personal group for herself on her Facebook. She's the only member in there. And what she does is when she sees content that is inspirational or it is positive, or thought provoking, she will send it and share it to herself so that way she can go back and read those posts. I think that is such a brilliant idea because how many times do you guys, we have the thumb more, right? We're thumbing through those posts and thumbing through, you know, um, people's pages and our news feed, and we read things and then boom, we're off to the next post. But some things really do resonate with you, and if you can do something like that and save it and come back to it because it really inspired you or made you feel good, you should. So that was just really cool thing that she shared, and I thought that, a lot of more people should do that. Why not? It's your space, you can use it, and you know you should do it. So private group, only you in it, share it, and yeah, you keep it and you can reflect on it later because there's a lot of good stuff out there that's thought provoking. So, okay. Create a mental health toolkit. Have a list of things that help you feel calm and grounded, like a favorite book, um, a calming playlist, or a 5-minute meditation app, and use it when needed. So we kind of talked about the other things, right? So like the meditation app, a book that we like, journaling. If you're anything like me, I really love music. Music moves me. I sing, and besides that, I just love music. I've always grown up listening to music, different genres of music, and it's calming and it's soothing. When I go on my walks, I gotta have my music, and you can, if that's what you're into or what you love, music is a great tool to use also. Talk to someone you trust. Don't hesitate to share your feelings or concerns with a trusted friend or a therapist. Sometimes simply talking things out can reduce emotional load. And this is true. If you have somebody in your life that you can trust, you should talk to them if you feel comfortable. Um, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times you can, you know, um, release things that you're not able to, on your own. If you have somebody that you trust and you guys can feed off of each other, there's a difference between sharing things that are bothering you and you're getting it off of yourself and dumping onto someone. We don't want to dump things off to others. We want to make sure that it's a safe space for them also. So it's a conversation, letting someone know or a friend, this is how I'm feeling. They could either take a listening ear if it doesn't bother them, and if they feel comfortable, and if they, if they welcome it. And a lot of times we just have to be careful on how we're affecting others the best that we can. But you won't know that until you try. You won't know that until you talk to them and have a conversation. That's why I always say communication is key, honey. You got to communicate, because if you don't communicate, then, you know, nothing gets solved, nothing gets resolved, and you're just stuck with that stress inside of you, and it doesn't go to your mind. Where does it go? To your cells. And what's in our cells, if it's not healthy and clean, it turns into sicknesses and inflammation and the ugly C word. I don't even want to say it. And just chronic illnesses. It could get bad. So it's very important to release things that are bothering you or ailing you with somebody you trust, and or journal it out. And if you have a therapist, if that's what you're into, then you could utilize your therapist too, of course. Your pastor, a minister, a sister at your church, a friend from the gym, an old high school friend. And if you don't have anybody like that, then, you know, reach out to someone. And whoever that person, if they don't feel like they can help you, they'll help you find somebody. There's always a way. There's always a way. You could always talk to God. And I hope you don't feel any type of way by me saying God, but this is my channel, and I'm going to talk about God from time to time, the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm going to talk about God. So, you could always reach out to God, and He's always there for you. He will never leave or forsake you. He's always got your back. Okay. And let's see, learn to say no. Saying no to commitments that don't serve you well, don't serve your well being, or that add unnecessary stress can protect your mental health. So, this is a big one. You have to learn to say no. And this is something, as an empath, which I am myself, I have to make sure that I stay on top of, because a lot of times you find yourself saying yes to things that you don't want to say yes to, and that could be a problem. You take on a burden so somebody else doesn't have a burden. And although that seems like it's so kind and so sweet to do, it's really not. You're not doing a service to them, and you're definitely not doing a service to yourself. Sometimes you have to, you know, be honest with yourself and be honest with that person. Because if you don't be honest, then when is it going to stop? Never. You're going to keep saying yes when you really mean to say no. And a lot of times we say no because we just can't do what others ask us to do, or take on things that they want us to take on. And it took me a long time to learn that I have to say no sometimes and not feel bad about it or feel guilty about it. Yeah, I know. It's a hard thing, but you can do it. And the more you get used to doing it, the better it gets. Okay, the better it gets. So I want you to take that's quite a bit to think about and ponder on. Take those 10, reflect on those, and leave something in the comments. Let me know how you feel about that list. Did anything resonate with you in particular? Did you have any experiences with any of those 10 that you could reflect on and would like to share? I would love to hear from you. And yeah, thank you for hanging out, y'all. Thank you for being here. And if you catch the replay, I hope that something resonated with you, and you feel free to share um, in the comments below. Please like um, this live. I hope you're subscribed. And I will see you guys later. I'm about to go and hit my walk before it gets too dark and put on my earphones. Let me get those ready right now. And we will talk and chat later. And I'm trying to think. I'm going to leave a copy of, or a link, I should say, to my freebie. And feel free to go ahead and grab it. It's really good. It has the 5 chains to break for health and freedom. I'm probably not saying that completely correct, but it's 5 chains that we can break that could get us jumpstart into health freedom. So you should get it. It's a great resource, and it's yours for the taking. Ebook is coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that. And if you get this freebie, I'll have your email, and then I can shoot you a link to let you know, hey, the book is out, and you'll be the first to grab it. So make sure you download the freebie, and I will put it in the comments in the first comment. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night, and cheers to breaking every chain together. All right, peace. Follow your joy. Bye.